video. So here we are at the range. We was actually here yesterday and today. We're trying out some different TSS rounds. Now we do have some lead rounds. We got the Remington Nitro Turkey, Winchester Long Beard number 6. The number 6s are really hard to find this year, but we did compare that just to see the difference. So we got some different TSS brands here. What do we got? Everything here, excuse the noise. Everything here is number 9 shot. Now this is what I've been using, the Federal Heavyweight TSS. It's at 1100 feet per second, an ounce and a half of number 9. We also got the Foxtrot Crusher. This is an ounce and 5/8. I do not have a velocity on this. We have the Remington Premier TSS, 1100 feet per second, an ounce and a half. Of course, we got the Remington Nitro. Now these are lead, number 5 shot. It's going to have a hard time competing against what the TSS will do. An ounce and a quarter, 1185. Now here's something here. We got the Boss. Now let me tell you, when you pick up this box of shells, there's a difference in weight compared to the other ones. 2 ounces of shot in each one of these shells. I do believe, don't quote me, but I believe it's around 1,000 feet per second for these. But it has a whole whopping 2 ounces of shot. We're going to get to see how much of a difference that makes. We got the Rogue, ounce and 5/8 at 1167 feet per second. We got the Winchester Long Beard number 6, an ounce and a quarter, number 6 shot. Now this is lead, this isn't TSS, but let's see how it does compared to the TSS. Pretty good round actually. And we got the Apex. Apex Turkey. I do believe they make a Ninja, but we did not get that. This is also number 9 shot. Got some specs here, I'm not sure. 1175, an ounce and 5/8 of number 9 shot. So over the last 2 days, we came here shooting. I actually, the one day I actually forgot to bring the Foxtrot, and I forgot to try the Apex. I just forgot to even try it. So I came back this morning to try everything again, and this is what happened. Alright, the gun we're going to be using is a TriStar Raptor Youth model. I got it fitted with a Vortex Venom for a sight. Got the Carlson's Longbeard XR choke-in. So what are we going to try first? Let's try some of this Rogue. New box. Figure out how to open it here. Kind of odd, the shell has no markings on it. I'm going to give it a shot here. Got the Tacticam on. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's go and take a look. Alright, as we walk up to the target, one thing we need to understand is the point of impact may be different for each of these shells. I can see it is right here. It's like a good pattern too. And 9 shot is small. Looks like this is where the center of the pattern is. I hit a little bit to the left. What we'll do, we'll take that target down, we'll put up a fresh target. Alright, we got a fresh target. I think the next round we're going to try, we'll try the Federal TSS. Again, this is 1100 feet per second, 1.5 ounces of number 9. This is what I've been using. Got quite a few turkeys with this load. That's what I'm curious to see how it compares to the rest of the pack. A little out of breath. Whew. All right. Looks good from here. Let's go take a look at it in person. I'll take you guys up with this. All right, walking up to the target. A lot of people on some of the Facebook pages are saying Federal's junk, it's cheap, not a good shell. Check this out. I don't think it's too shabby. All right, we're going to take that target down. We'll put up a fresh one. Phew, getting a little out of breath running up there. Trying to do that before anybody else comes, before a train comes. All right, so the next shell, let's try this Boss. Now this has 2 ounces. That's a lot of lead. I mean, a lot of TSS to be pushing. Now, I do like Boss ammo. I use it a lot for waterfowl, especially geese. I particularly have a lot of luck with the number 2 shot. A little bit bigger than what most people use, but it will really flatten a goose. I also have luck with the 3 shot, and even in a 20 gauge, it'll flatten a goose pretty good for a 3 shot and a 20 gauge. All right, so now we're going to try this Boss. Two-ounce load. I got an idea it's going to have a little bit more recoil, but we'll find out. Jeez. Actually, the recoil wasn't that bad. I'll be honest with you. It was not that bad. But I can see the target from here. Wait till you see it. It's funny. All right, so walking up to the target. When I shot that Boss round, I expected a lot more recoil. Actually, it did not feel as bad as the other shells that I shot. This target is a joke. It's crazy. Check this out. That's 40 yards. See the range behind me there, where we're shooting from? That's pretty incredible for Boss. That's crazy. All right, so let's try, how about this Remington Nitro turkey? I hear a lot of people like this stuff. It's not that expensive. I actually just picked this up at Walmart the other night. I mean, I know that TSS is crazy expensive, but curious to see what this will do with the lead. Remington Nitro turkey, 40 yards. Give it a look. All right, walking up to the target here. Now you gotta realize this is number 5 shot. This isn't 9 shot like we've been shooting. But we got a dead turkey regardless. I mean, it's a pattern like that. We got a couple in there that would have did the job. I mean, it's 5 shot. I believe that stuff was like $8 a box. Not real shabby. Maybe a different choke. Might get better performance. So we're going to tear this thing down. We'll put up another target. All right, we tried the lead round, the Nitro turkey. Let's try Remington's TSS. Number 9 shot, 1.5 ounces. Well, they give you a little measure your spur, a little tape measure. Let's see what it does down there. I think the tactic cam's on. Alrighty. Remington TSS. Let's go up and take a look. Alright, walking up to the target. This is the Remington TSS. Now a little more open. I mean, it's not quite as packed in. Looks like this might be the center of the shot right in here. Now this might be a good load if you're expecting close-up shots. I know last couple seasons I had turkeys that were probably 8 yards. There's a couple video clips. So when you get turkeys close like that, you probably do want something that's a little bit more open. But it looks like it'll still do the job, clear out to 40 yards. Remington TSS. All right, as I'm sitting here, I realized I forgot the box of Foxtrot. I was rushing to get out here, and I forgot that shell. So the next one we're going to try, Winchester Long Beard XR number 6, 1 1/4 ounce, 1,000 feet per second. Now this is a pretty good round. I've actually used this round in a 12 gauge, the number 6. Had some pretty good luck with it. All right, here we go. Now last time I shot this stuff, it seemed to shoot high and right. Curious what it'll do today. Go take a look. All right, walking up to the target. Now this is number 6 lead. Looks like I pulled a little bit left, or it probably hits that way. That's not too shabby. I mean, that Longbeard XR is good ammo. It's good stuff. If you don't want to pay for TSS, that's probably the next best thing. Alright guys, we're back. This is the next day. We forgot to do a couple things. We forgot to try a couple more boxes. We got the Foxtrot Crusher. This is 1 5/8 ounce, number 9, 3-inch shell. And we forgot to try the Apex. Also 1 5/8 ounce, number 9 shot, 3-inch shell. I believe the velocities for this, it says 1175. Does not give a velocity on this box. So we're back. The the target set up again at 40 yards. TriStar Raptor youth model. Carlson's Longbeard choke. I believe it's the .568. I believe that's the restriction on it. So we're going to try this Foxtrot. That's the shell. See what we could do with it. Let's go take a look. It's always frustrating when you're trying to put together videos. Things just don't go the way you want. So we're walking up to the target here. That's what we got with the Foxtrot Crusher. Looks like the center of the pattern would be up here somewhere. You see all the holes up there. That's a good pattern shell. I mean, pretty much just about everything we shot patterned really well. So we're going to tear this down. We're going to try that apex next. All right, got a fresh target up. Let's try some of this apex. Now this is ounce of 5/8 number 9 shot, 1175. Let's see what kind of pattern we get with this. I switched the tactic cam to the zoom mode. I want to see what that will look like. It's on. I just got this. This is the Tacticam Solo Extreme. It's kind of new to me. I'm trying to figure the thing out. All right, apex, 40 yards. Let's see what this looks like. Let's go give it a look. What I'm seeing so far, it looks pretty decent. Check this out. Pretty good pattern. Looks like a lot of the shots are a little bit left. I've noticed that with most of the shells. I may have to bump things over just a little bit, but pretty decent pattern. So most of the patterns I shot today and yesterday, most of them were to the left. So I did bump the sight over a little bit. And I think the worst one was the Rogue. I think it shot to the left the most. Some of that could be me. I mean, I could be flinching. I mean, the Rogue was out of a clean barrel. I cleaned the gun and everything before I started. This was the first one I tried. So what we're going to do, I bumped the sight over. We're just going to try one more with it just to see where it's at. And then we'll look at things at the end. Still get used to this sight, the camera. All right, here we go. Rogue. That's centered up better. Let's go take a look. All right, so we bumped it over. I just wanted to, make sure everything was good to go for turkey season. Looks like it did nicely. I think them turkeys are in trouble. All right, I got everything laid out here. We're gonna go over them one by one. So this is the Rogue. I actually shot 2 shots with it. The first shot was with a clean gun, clean barrel, everything was clean. The hit way to the left. This was actually the last shot I took because I actually bumped the sight over. Wanted to center everything up because everything seemed to hit to the left. So here's the Rogue. Good pattern. Everything's nice and tight. I mean, you could see it, everything's centered up good. So I feel like I'm pretty well set for turkey season. Now here's the apex. Now you have to be aware that the point of impact will be a little bit off with each shell. And as you can see, it did hit to the left. A little bit more loose of a pattern. I mean, it's not quite as tight as what we just saw with the Rogue, but it's definitely a good pattern. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a dead turkey all day long. There we go with the Foxtrot. Seemed a little bit, hit a little bit high and left. Still a little bit of an open pattern. Now things could change with a different choke. Put a different choke in there. I mean, things could change a lot. And I only tried one choke. That's the only choke I'm going to use. Winchester Long Beard. You guys that like to shoot lead, maybe you're not sold on the TSS. Maybe you're interested in just shooting lead. It is a lot cheaper. This is what you get with the Winchester Long Beard number 6. That is not a bad pattern. I mean, it doesn't have quite as many holes in it because of the larger shot, but it's a good round. It's a real good round if you're looking for something cheaper. Now, like I said earlier, the number 6 are very hard to find this year. I see them in 5s, but I have not seen 6 at all this year, even online. So here we go with the Remington TSS. Again, it's a little high and left, a little bit of an open pattern. I mean, the nice thing is, even though it's an open pattern, that means you're going to be better off at close range. You get a turkey coming in there at 10 yards, you know, you got a super tight pattern, there's a good chance you could miss. But with an open pattern like that, it'll do the job close range, and it'll do the job at 40 yards, as you can see. It gives you a little bit of leeway. I mean, it's a little bit more forgiving. Now here we go with the Federal 9. This is what I've been using. Now, a lot of times you see, when you read some of the Facebook pages on turkey hunting, everybody has their favorite. Everybody has a certain one they like. And I've seen a lot of people trash the Federals. But that is not a bad pattern with the Federal. I mean, look at all them holes in the head. And that's what I've been using the last couple of years. I've taken quite a few turkey with that round right there. All right, another one for the lead guys. Remington Nitro, and this is a 5-shot. I mean, as you could tell, there's a lot fewer holes in that paper, and only 2 would have really been good. I mean, it would have been a dead turkey, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of other shells out there. That would be great. Like I said earlier, if you're calling them in and you want them right in your lap, I mean, that would be a good shell for that. But I think I'd want something just a little bit better. That's just my opinion. Now, a different choke might tighten things up with that. Now, here's the one kind of blew me away when I first seen it. The Boss Tom. That is incredible. It just, the whole paper, I just can't imagine. That's 40 yards. I couldn't imagine 25 yards. I don't think the turkey would have a head on it. Pretty tight pattern. And lots of holes. Alright guys, we're home. We had a chance to count up BB holes in those papers. So I'm going to go over what I've been using. TriStar Raptor 20 gauge, Carlson's Longbeard XR choke. And I fitted it with a Tacticam Solo Extreme. I just got the camera, wanted to try it out. And I'm wearing a Vortex Venom red dot. That's what I've been using. Used it for several years. Got quite a few turkeys with it. If you guys check out my videos, you'll see a lot of that. So I wanted to say that nobody donated any of this ammo. It all come out of my pocket. I mean, I paid for it. And it was quite expensive. And as I started getting into the video and ordering shells, I'm starting to think like, I got a lot wrapped up in this thing. So I hope it picks up a few subscribers. So if you're interested in this stuff, I'd like to see you subscribe. I put out a lot of content when hunting season comes. And I do some different tests, pattern tests, and different things like that. And if you look through my videos, you'll find all kind of stuff. Dove hunting, waterfowl hunting, pheasant hunting, squirrel hunting, turkey hunting. There's some older deer hunt videos. I don't deer hunt anymore. Got the walls too full. I don't have any more room for deer, and I lost interest in it. It just doesn't do anything for me. So let's start with the patterns. So what we used, 10-inch clear plastic plate. I measured it, it's 10 inches. So I'm going to tell everybody now, I put the plate where I thought the best part of the pattern was. Now you could probably move it an inch, quarter inch, half inch, and maybe pick up BBs, lose BBs, but I put it where I thought I would catch the most BB holes. So here we go. This is the Remington Nitro. Now this is lead number 5 shots. It doesn't have quite as many BBs, but we put 41 in a 10-inch circle. I mean, yeah, we probably would have got this turkey, but I think this load would be better used if you're getting them in close to 25 yards, maybe 30 yards. I don't know if I'd be shooting at 40 yards with that load. Here it is, the Remington Nitro. You get these for like $8 at Walmart. They're pretty cheap, and you get 10 rounds. It's crimped on the end. It's kind of like a regular pheasant load or something. A lot of these use a shot card with a roll crimp, but it just crimped on the end. Remington Nitro, 41 in a 10-inch circle. Let's see what we got next. Winchester Long Beard. Now it seemed like I hit a little bit high and left. I know before when I shot it I hit high and right, but high and left. 122. Which I don't think is too bad. I mean, if you're looking for a lead load, you don't want to spend the money for TSS, I think this Longbeard 6 works good. The only problem is, it's hard to find. I looked online, I couldn't find it anywhere. But the Longbeard number 6. Good looking pattern there. Would not be afraid to take a turkey at 40, maybe even 50 yards. And if you look through my videos, I did a video called How Far is Too Far, where I did a penetration test shooting through a can of cat food at long distance to see if it would penetrate through the can. You have to watch that video. It's called How Far is Too Far. Look through my turkey hunting playlist. You'll find it. So this is the shell. They normally have print on them. I've carried these around in my vest and rain, stuff like that. The print is worn off. The one shell that I did shoot did have the print on. So let me give you some stats on this. I forgot to give you stats on the other one. 1,000 feet per second, 1 1/4 ounces of lead shot. The Nitro Turkey, 1 1/4 ounces of number 5, going at 1185. 1185 feet per second, 1,000 feet per second. The next paper Remington TSS. 153 inside a 10-inch circle. I mean, that's not a bad pattern. I mean, it's going to reach out there to 40 yards easily, which, I mean, I just think it would do a, you know, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you could probably pick that up cheap. Also got it at Walmart. I don't know if cheap is the right word. But that's what it'll do. 153, not shabby. Definitely better than shooting any of the lead rounds, I would think. Let's look at what they got. 1,100 feet per second, 1 1/2 ounces a shot. Now all the TSS is number 9. It's all 9 shot. Anything different are the 2 lead shots. We've got 5 and 6. But everything else is straight 9s. There's no mixed or anything like that. Straight 9. Alright, next up. Foxtrot. 244. Again, looks like I hit high left. And again, I used the plate. I moved it around where it looked like it would cover the most shot. That's where I drew the circle. Now, I know a lot of these different brands have a following. Guys say they're the best. Everything else is junk. You have to realize I'm using one choke. There's lots of chokes out there, lots of different guns out there that may do better than what I'm getting, but that's not shabby at all. I would not be afraid to use that. I mean, center it up a little bit. You can't complain about that pattern. You just can't. It's good. 244 in a 10-inch circle at 40 yards. All right, next one up. Apex. It's the Apex pattern. Again, little left. 258 inside a 10-inch circle. Nice and concentrated. Everything's nice and close together. Good looking pattern. I mean, like I said, you could probably move that plate different places, pick up a few more BB holes, maybe a few less. I put it where I thought was best. So the 258, it's plus or minus 258. You could probably move around and pick up a few or lose a few. I'm not, you know, it was tough enough trying to count all them. It's a good shell. No complaints. It's good. Apex. Let's look at what they got here. This is their shell, Turkey TSS. I believe they make a Ninja load. Roll crimped with a shot card on there. Good looking shell. Nice and smooth. Alright, what will be next? Boss Tome. Look at that pattern. It's pretty heavy, as you can see. Like, it's good and solid. Now the one thing with the Boss Tome, it's, you know, a little bit left. I could see it. Has a lot of holes here. I mean, I could have moved that plate over, maybe picked up a few, maybe not. I think that was the best part of the pattern. Now one thing with this Boss, it shoots 2 ounces of shot. So you got a lot of extra BBs in there. But the nice thing with it, some of these loads, nice tight pattern, but it's not very big around. This Boss gives you a little bit of leeway because the pattern is big and it's dense. I mean, it's, if you got maybe a running turkey, maybe you missed a shot, takes off running, or it sees you when you try to pull up, you could probably still take a shot and still get it because of the big pattern. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room with that pattern, and this may be the round I use. I don't know. I am impressed with that. 276 holes in a 10-inch circle, which is good. Like I said, I mean, guys are going to complain. I could have moved that plate somewhere, picked up a few, lost a few. I thought that was the best place to draw the circle. And again, a different choke, you might get a better pattern than that. But I'm satisfied with that. I like that pattern. I mean, how many BB holes do you need in the head? If one of them puts 20 BB holes in the head or 35 BB, like, is the turkey any deader? Like, does it do anything different? All right. Next up, Federal TSS. 291 pellets in a 10-inch circle. Now, when I was on, I put a couple posts in some of the turkey forums. A lot of guys were ragging on the Federal TSS. They thought it would do the worst, and it's junk. I hear that a lot. But it shoots good through a Carlson's Longbeard XR choke. It shoots really good. I've used it for several years, got several turkeys with it. But that's it there. Alright. 291. I don't know if did we look at the boss shells? I don't think we did look at the boss shells. They don't put any information on the box, like as far as feet per second or anything. I do recall that it's 2 ounces of shot, and I believe it's 1,000 feet per second. But that's the Boss shell. Good looking shell. They also crimp it, just like you would a pheasant load. They don't use the roll crimp or a shot card or anything, unless there's one underneath there. But it's kind of, you know, it's different when you see these different companies, how they load them different. Some crimp, some don't. And that one was the Federal. That's the one we just looked at. 1,100 feet per second, 1.5 ounces of shot. So some of these are 1 5/8 ounces, some are 1.5 ounces. So the 1 5/8 ounces got more BBs, and that Federal's competing with them pretty good. This is their shell. You give a little tape measure, measure your spur. Got the roll crimp, shot card. Hands all black from counting pellet holes. Good shell. I like these. I've used them since I started turkey hunting with TSS. They work good. So what we got next? Oh, this is the last one. Rogue. 305 in a 10-inch circle. 40 yards. Imagine that thing at 20 yards. I don't think your turkey's going to have a head. That is pretty crazy. And it's tight. It's a nice tight pattern. You don't see a lot of flyers. I don't think there's a couple out in here. But everything's nice. So you're putting most of that pattern right on the target, I guess. I mean, there's some that are high, some are low. But it's concentrated. It does a really good job. Nice and tight. And that TSS, I mean, if you were one of these guys that like to shoot one out in the field, I can imagine you could probably take one at 70 yards with that pattern and still get your turkey. But I don't do that. I'd rather get them in a little closer than that. I don't think I've ever shot a turkey more than 35 yards, but most of them are inside 25. Good pattern. So that one has the most BB holes of all of them. So what are we looking at? Rogue. That's the shell, the box. No print. They have no print on their shell. They don't, I don't know. You think they would want to advertise that. Roll crimp, shot card. Good shells. Well, anyways, guys, that's the video. I'm sure somebody's out there disappointed. Their shell would have did better. Their choke combination does better. I'm sure it does. But that's what I'm getting with the cheap TriStar Raptor from Walmart with that choke. It does good. I'm satisfied. I think any of those patterns are good. I wouldn't be afraid to hunt with any of them except maybe the Nitro. But if you limited your shots, 25 yards maybe, I don't think you'd have a problem. But the rest of these TSS loads, or even the Longbeard, will not be afraid to use any of them. They all shoot good. And like I said, how much deader can it be? If you got 16 in the head or 60 in the head, it's not going to make a difference. The turkey's still going to flop to the ground. But that'll be it for the video. I hope you guys give this video a like, a thumbs up, and I'd like to see some subscribers. I'd like to get up to 10,000. It's kind of like a goal I got set by the end of the year. Hopefully I could get there with this video. I'm sure it's going to get a lot of attention. So if you want to share it with people, show them what their shell might do, I'm sure I'll hear some complaints in the comments. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.